Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Curb, River City Living. I'm Jill Morenz with the Catalytic Fund. Today we're going to take a peek inside this double house in Ludlow, Kentucky. One side has been completely renovated and the other side is still in progress. So let's take a look.
Northern Kentucky's river cities are pretty cool. They're an exciting blend of historic and modern. As you explore the eclectic neighborhoods, you'll discover world-class public art, charming parks, interesting architecture, and friendly people. In this series, we take you beyond the curb, inside some of Northern Kentucky's most interesting homes. Come along with us. We know you'll love it here. The presenting sponsor this season is the Boardwalk Residences at Ovation. Stay tuned at the end of the episode for an update on this exciting development on Newport's riverfront. The house was built in the late 1880s. Before the homeowner, Rachel Townsend, tells us the history, I want to show you one of my favorite features, the hidden coat closet, disguised by this cheerful wallpaper in the entry.
What makes this house particularly unique, I would say, is that it was built by an Irish man named Michael Burns, and he built all these houses in a row. So he built the house I grew up in, and then he proceeded to build houses for all of his children. And so this house actually is the only double house in the series. It was built for his twin daughters, and so it's a mirror image each side. My parents actually purchased the other side of the house when it came up for sale about a year ago, and they've been working on renovating that.
This is the in-progress side of this property. It's essentially the before version of what we see on the finished side. It's pretty rough, but it's really interesting to see it in this state and then look to see what it will become.
This is the finished side, full of light and color.
I actually have been, I would say, captivated by this house ever since I was a little girl. So I grew up 2 houses down, and my bedroom actually was on the side of the house that faced this building. I wanted a place that was open and light and airy. I wanted to be able to have a big space to host a group of people, to entertain.
Rachel opened up all the rooms on the first floor, putting in new cabinets in the kitchen and adding a powder room.
I knew that it was a sound, solid brick home with good foundation, but needed a lot of just facelift type work. We took out walls, we redid the kitchen, I moved the laundry room upstairs. They're the original floors from the 1890s when it was built, and so we had those all refinished and brought back to their original glory.
On the second floor, there are 2 bedrooms. The one at the front of the house is set up as an art studio. Rachel turned the 3rd bedroom into the bathroom and a utility room, complete with a kitchenette and laundry. She installed a cement tile floor and painted the walls this pretty plum color.
One thing that I just love about the house is the windows in the front of the house. So the first floor and the second floor have these beautiful arched windows.
Up the stairs to the 3rd floor, we find a bonus play area with lots of space for games and projects.
I love living in Ludlow. It's been my hometown. My dad grew up here. His grandfather lived here. So we're, 5th generation in Ludlow. I feel like the hidden gem of Northern Kentucky. It's quiet and it's quaint, kind of know everybody in town. Definitely have a pretty growing art community in Ludlow. And my mom has been part of that. She actually started the art department down at Ludlow High School. So she's just one of a number of artists that have set up shop down here, just bringing a really fun and beautiful element to the city. Lots of new, fun, hip places popping up. Taste on Elm has been, I think that might be what got me through the pandemic. Just being, I think I'm about 2 blocks up the street from there. Got great food, just a really wide selection of fine wines and specialty foods. And so that's kind of my spot in town.
Thank you for joining me on our tour of this interesting double house in Ludlow, Kentucky. I invite you to take a look at our other episodes at beyondthecurve.org. I'm Jill Morenz, and on behalf of the Catalytic Fund and our sponsors, thank you for coming Beyond the Curve with us.
Now here's an update on the Boardwalk Residences at Ovation, our presenting sponsor for this season. With cranes actively working and concrete being poured every day at Ovation in Newport, the new 25-acre development is taking shape. The work on the mixed-use garage is massive, with a footprint of 420,000 square feet, or nearly 10 acres. This garage podium will serve as the foundation for the community. You can see the elevator shafts rising from the construction base. These will provide efficient and secure egress from a Boardwalk resident's assigned parking spot to his or her individual home unit. Check it out on ovationontheriver.com or just cruise by to see the latest.